Hello, welcome to our March book talks and activities. And our theme for March is welcoming new babies. My name is Gloria Rhodes. I am the Outreach and Diversity Initiatives Librarian at State University. So let's hear all of what happens in different families when they welcome a new baby into the house. Our first book today is called Pecan Pie Baby. It was written by Jacqueline Woodson and it's illustrated by Sophie Blackhall. I'm going to go off camera for a minute and read the story. Pecan Pie Baby. Just as summer started leaving us, and the leaving brought all those colors to the trees, Mama pulled out my winter clothes. Time to give away the stuff that's too small, I said. This didn't used to be a mini dress. Mama smiled. Let's keep it, Gia. And I knew what was coming next. More talk about that ding dang baby. I don't know why we have to keep my old stuff, I said. You do too know why, my mama said back, because there's going to be another baby coming soon. Not real soon, right? Probably by the time the first snow's on the ground, Mama said. Cool, huh? Not very, I said. I looked out at the falling leaves and made a silent wish for winter to come and go quickly without bringing any snow. Mama touched my hair. I'll tell you one thing, this baby sure loves some pecan pie. It's wanting some right now. Well, I said, I love pecan pie and you love pecan pie. So that baby's just being a copycat. In the kitchen, Mama cut us a big slice. By the time it was jacket weather, everyone was talking about that baby. You want a boy or girl? My friends Jonah and Uma asked at recess. And my friend Trixie said, let's play Mama's having a baby. Mama's having a baby, people going crazy. If it's a boy, give it a toy. If it's a girl, give her a curl. Wrap it up in toilet paper, send it down the escalator. First floor, stop. Second floor, stop. Third floor, you better watch out because STOP spells stop. And in the book, the kids are actually doing double Dutch rope today. When my friend Michaela slept over, she said, your mama better not put that baby in my bed, right? Because then where would I sleep? Man, I was thinking, that ding dang baby's going to try to take the place of my sleepover friend. Even my aunties were baby crazy. When they came over for our weekly sweet tea and toast party, they both drank their tea in one huge gulp and ate their toast in 2 bites without either one of them saying to me, why isn't the weather marvelous, dear lady? Then they got up and sat with Mama talking about that baby. All fall, the leaves kept dropping off the trees and the days got shorter and shorter. One Saturday, a huge box came and all afternoon, my uncles were in my room, scratching their heads and fussing with each other as they put together that baby's crib. At school, my teachers read a book about a girl who was going to become a big sister. And when she finished reading it, everybody looked at me. When my cousin came to visit with her new baby, she put the wiggly thing in my lap and said, you sure are ready to be a big sister, aren't you? Not really, I said, handed that crying baby right back to her. One night, Grandma took us out to a fancy restaurant. She kept fussing over Mama. Eat your greens, she said, and you should order some Brussels sprouts for the baby. Mama made a face and we laughed. Grandma, I said, it's not a sprouts baby. That baby loves pecan pie. So for dessert, me and Mama shared a piece. Are you getting enough rest? Grandma asked. You know I can take Gia. That baby needs you now. I wanted to say, I need Mama now. Then Mama reached over and rubbed my back. Me and the baby need Gia with us. And even though I didn't like it when Mama talked about that ding dang baby, her hand felt nice on my back, and I was glad that she needed me. Some days I sat on my stoop thinking about all the years it had been just me and Mama, about us drinking hot chocolate and telling silly stories, about the mornings I jumped into her bed when it was still blue pink outside, snuggling up to her while she tried to keep on sleeping. Now that baby was going to change everything. When my cousins came for Thanksgiving, all anybody could talk about was that baby this and baby that, baby this and baby that. I'm so sick of that ding dang baby, I said, but I guess I didn't say it loud enough because everybody kept laughing and talking and making plans for when the baby got here. I'm so sick of that ding dang baby. The whole table got quiet. My mama sent me to my room. Upstairs, I got that teary, choky feeling. And even though there were a lot of people in the house, I felt real alone. Later on, Mama came upstairs and sat beside me. I didn't look at her. You know what I'm going to miss the most when the baby comes, Gia? Mama asked. I know what I'm going to miss the most, I said. My whole life before ding dang baby, Mama said. I smiled. Yeah, before that ding dang baby. Guess what, Mama whispered. What? I said. I'm going to miss that too. For real, Mama? For real. Those were the good old days, I said. Mama smiled. Guess what? You're going to have to tell the baby all about it. I nodded. I guess I am. Then Mama hugged me and we sat like that, just being all cuddly with that ding dang baby jumping around in Mama's belly. After a while, Mama said, it's cold out there tonight. Weatherman's calling for snow. Then let's go downstairs and eat some dessert before that ding dang pecan pie baby gets here. Mama laughed because she knew, just like I did, how much the three of us loved ourselves some pecan pie. That's the end of Pecan Pie Baby by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by Sophie Blackhall. Our next story is Baby Loves to Rock by Wednesday Kerwin. And in this book, it's one of these board books. So it's a really tough book. And your infant is going to love this book. In this book, the baby is already here. And you can read the skunks, the different types of music, like skunks, the weasel loves to pop, but who loves to rock? It is full of bright colors, and the babies will love it. Their eyes will follow these colors. And then when the baby becomes a toddler, you can actually read the book and have the toddler kind of talk about what they see as you read the book. And that's Baby Loves to Rock by Wednesday Kerwin. Our next story is Aren't You Lucky? And in this book, the baby is already here also. And it's a story by Catherine and Lawrence Anhalt. Just mommy and daddy and me. I didn't have a brother then. I never even thought about it. Then one day, daddy told me, Mommy's going to have another baby. Aren't we lucky? The baby will take a long time to grow inside of her, he said. We'll all have to be very patient. But then there's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. But I got tired waiting. Then at last, the waiting was over. I didn't want mommy to leave, but she had to go to the hospital to have the baby. Granny stayed to look after me. The next day, we all went to visit, and there was my little brother. Aren't you lucky, said Granny. Do you think he looks like me or like Daddy? Asked Mama. I think he looks like a raspberry, I said. Look, he's waking up. He can't talk yet, but he can cry all night, especially when he's hungry, Daddy said. Can he play with me? No, he's not strong enough yet to sit up on his own. Hello, little boy, I said. I'm your sister. Then it was me and my brother. Mommy and Daddy, my brother and me. Soon, lots of people came to see my baby brother, and they all said, aren't you lucky? But sometimes I didn't feel lucky at all. It took me a long time to get used to my baby brother. I always had to wait for dinner. He didn't know how to play. He cried when I made music, but no one got upset when he made noise. Mommy asked me to try to be good, but I didn't want to. I wanted her to play with me again, and I wanted to be a baby too. So I would do silly things to get mommy's attention. One day my brother cried and cried and cried and cried, even during his bath. At night, Daddy said, thank goodness for a little peace and quiet. But it didn't last long. In the end, Mommy got tired. If only I had someone who could help me, she said. I wish I had a big girl who could help feed my baby. I could do that, I said. Then, as the baby grew bigger, we found lots of ways that I could help. I could make him laugh. I could brush his hair. I could show him my books and do my jazzy dance for him. There were all kinds of things that we could do together. Going for a walk, looking at the moon, having a bath, and a bedtime hug. Now, my baby brother likes me best of all. And whenever people see me with my little brother, they say, isn't he lucky? A New Baby Story, Aren't You Lucky? By Catherine and Lawrence and Nault. And there are some activities that you can do and talk about some ways that the older sister helped with her baby brother. Now, this is a story you probably have heard. It's called Hush Little Baby. It's actually a folk song with pictures by Marla Frazee. So I'll try to sing it, or at least talk sing. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring is brass, Papa's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Papa's gonna buy you a billy goat. If that billy goat don't pull, Papa's gonna buy you a cart and bull. If that cart and bull turns over, Papa's gonna buy you a dog named Rover. If that dog named Rover don't bark, Papa's gonna buy you a horse and cart. If that horse and cart fall down, you'll still be the sweetest little baby in town. And as I said before, this is one of these older books, and you can tell by what is being talked about in the book, like we don't have really carts and bulls now. So you can kind of play around with this and say, what would the baby be? What would the song, some of the words to make the song more modern in Hush Little Baby. And that's a folk song from way back in the day with pictures by Marla Frazee. In our next story, How to Welcome a New Baby, you will learn how to get ready for the baby, how to make the baby laugh, and what to teach the baby. So let's read How to Welcome a New Baby by Jean Regan, illustrated by Lee Wildish. A new baby is coming. Hooray! Welcoming baby can be your job. So even before the baby comes, there's a lot to do. Your parents are busy, so remind them how to get ready for a baby. First, you can find the perfect name. It could be named Pretzel or Rainbow or T-Rex or Buddy Bear. And just talk about some of the names that you think you would like to name the baby, sister or brother. Wrap your toys for the new baby. Well, maybe not all of them. You can get the baby's car seat ready because you've outgrown it. So you're way too big for the car seat now. And you can hear it click, click, click. That means that's secure in the car. Then one day the baby is here. Now you can shout, I'm a big sister, or I'm a big brother. And you can hang signs in the house that says, welcome home, baby. You can kiss the baby and whisper, welcome to our family. At first, things may be a little topsy-turvy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The baby is crying. Your pets may feel left out, so give them extra hugs. If you need an extra hug, just ask. Just say, hugs, please. Because sometimes, mom and dad and sister and brother, they kind of forget about you when the new baby is there. Friends and family love to visit brand new babies. You're the expert, so you say, warn grandpa, the baby squeezes pinkies very, very tightly. Show grandma how your baby yawns or hiccups. Sometimes it's at the same time. Remind your friends, no party food for the baby, and make sure they know a poopy diaper means run away. When the visitors leave, you become the #1 helper. So how do you help with babies? Well, if your dad gets stuck under a sleeping baby, bring everything he needs. You wash their teeny tiny toes, you open their presents for them. But what if the baby can't fall asleep? So here's some tricks you can share. Whisper, sing a lullaby. Look into the baby's eyes and say, you're getting sleepy, you're getting sleepy, you're getting. Then read your favorite bedtime story. And once your baby can sit up, you might wonder, when will this baby be ready to play with me? Not yet, but the baby loves to watch you, so figure out how to make the baby laugh. Some of the ways is you can play upside down peekaboo. You can take out your radio outside and boogie with your bear, or you can put on a funny hat or blow bubbles and chase them until they pop. So when your baby learns to stand, it's time for a few big kid things. Your parents know a lot, but some things only you can teach. So what can you teach the baby? You can teach the baby where to watch for the garbage truck, when to say quiet, shh, how to play a train, all aboard, choo, 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 how to high five. And when your baby starts to walk, go exploring things, explain how ladybugs are for counting dots, pine cones are for kicking, leaves are for collecting and crunching when you walk through them. Remind your baby none of these things are for eating, but picnics are. So, congratulations. You've done a super job welcoming your baby. And one day, guess who will welcome you home? How to Welcome a New Baby by Jean Regan, illustrated by Lee Wildish. The next story is King Baby by Kate Beaton. And in this story, King Baby is gracious, but also King Baby is very demanding. He wants people to do things for him. And you can read King Baby to find out some of the things that he has other people doing for him. In A Family is a Family is a Family, written by Sarah O'Leary and illustrated by Queen Lee. When a teacher asks her class to think about what makes their family special, the answers are all different, but the same in one important way. You have to read A Family is a Family is a Family, written by Sarah O'Leary, to find out what makes them the same. A family is a family is a family. Then we have another story, Midnight Babies by Margaret Wild, and I'll let you read that. And our next story is The Birthday Box by Leslie Patricelli. And One Naked Baby, Counting to 10 and Back Again. And in this book, you can read all about what happens with the baby by Maggie Smith. And then you have an opportunity to count with your toddler after you read the story to talk about the baby. One Naked Baby by Maggie Smith. And your activities can be count the numbers with your child and also identify what colors the numbers are on the activity sheet. So happy reading. And this comes to you from the Women's Resource Center and SDSU University Library. And our theme for this week was, or for this month, was welcoming babies. So all the books had to do with either the baby was coming, or the baby is here, or the baby, you're waiting for the baby, and it comes in during the story, and it talks about all the different things that you and your child can do to welcome the baby.